all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south. More specifically, we are in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and even more specifically than that, we're in front of the Hollywood Wax Museum here in Pigeon Forge. It has been years since I have been in the Wax Museum here. I wanted to check back, see if they had any new figures, see if they'd changed anything around. Now this Hollywood Wax Museum is a chain. Of course, the original is in Hollywood Boulevard. I actually visited there last time I was in Hollywood, just a few months ago. And there's also one in Branson, Missouri, one in Myrtle Beach, and then of course one here in Pigeon Forge. Of course, we have this iconic Mount Rushmore of famous figures out here. And if you look really close, you can see actually giving Maryland a little bit of a nose job there, doing a little fix up here on the figures here on Hollywood Rushmore. Now this building has been a variety of different things. I remember coming here and it was a very, very small dinosaur museum. It took probably about 10 minutes to walk through. There was some dinosaurs, animatronic dinosaurs. It was fun, but short. And I know prior to that, this was a military museum. And but after they closed down the dinosaur museum, they would move the Hollywood Wax Museum to this building. It actually used to be in Gatlinburg, just next town over, down that way. And it has been the Hollywood Wax Museum ever since. Feels like it's really found itself being the Hollywood Wax Museum. And then on top, you have that very iconic King Kong there, crawling on top of the Empire State Building, holding that little plane in his hand. One of the true stars of the movies, Mr. King Kong. And while there is a King Kong on top of the building, they also have one here in the gift shop. You can see King Kong bursting out in the wall there behind the ticket booth. He's got a smashed plane in his hand, and then the ticket booth itself is a smashed taxi there. And as we enter along the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you can see the paparazzi flashing their cameras at us. Oh, it makes me feel so appreciated. Here is the red carpet taking us to the Dolby Theater, where they actually have the Oscars. They're actually getting ready for the Oscars. Back when I was in Hollywood, they had closed off the most of Hollywood Boulevard to make way for these celebrities here. And of course, there is Morgan Freeman, Jack Nicholson there. I think I've heard that he has become a recluse, that he does not, he chooses not to go out in public, that he's just happy sitting in his mansion and enjoying himself. I remember the last time I was here was actually during the pandemic. It was actually near the very beginning of the pandemic when they first reopened this wax museum. So I remember they spaced you out. You had to wear your mask. You had to go. They gave you like a time entrance. You went by yourself. You weren't around any other guests, and you had to leave your mask on. The only time you could pull your mask down was when you were taking a picture with a figure. So yeah, it kind of brings back memories to, man, it was just a few years ago, but man, what a time that was. What a terrible, terrible time that was. Another thing, they have brought back the props for the prop station. During the pandemic, they removed all the props, but they are back, so you can take different things to pose with the celebrities. Here is, I guess we can give this Oscar to the different celebrities. Here is your Oscar. Here is an Oscar for Miss Halle Berry. There, leave a comment in the comment section. What do you think? What do you think Halle Berry deserves an Oscar for. And this, I don't know, maybe she already has an Oscar. I don't know that much about movies. I don't know much about movie awards. I really don't know who's won them and who hasn't. So there you go. That's yours. That's yours to keep, Miss Barry. And here's a major change. This used to be where you would pose with Barbara Eden from I Dream of Jeannie. You can see the padded walls kind of look like the inside of the lamp. But Jeannie has gotten the boot and has been replaced by Post Malone and Billie Eilish. Oh, she got her name there on her gloves. Bill Nye Eilish there. Another brand new figure is this Post Malone here. Yeah, of course, known for his famous facial tattoos. It says "always tired" on his face, and sometimes after I've been on the road for 12 hours and I have to edit videos, I feel like I should get "always tired" tattooed on my face. Yeah, I haven't got a chance to look at Post Malone's tattoos up close. Looks like he's got different musicians on there. I think that's John Lennon on one of his fingers. And I think he's got Kurt Cobain and Elvis Presley there on his fingers, and some guy in a hat. If you know who that guy, I don't know who that is. If you know who that guy in a hat is, leave a comment in the comment section. And what are you drinking there, Post? Drinking a nice, delicious soda pop. Is that diet or regular? Yeah, you follow these Hollywood stars through the building. The other Hollywood, the Wax Museum, the one in Hollywood, is actually on Hollywood Boulevard, where the stars actually are. Here's some celebrities here in front of the Chinese Theater. Oh yeah, I gotta remember, the entire point here is to pose with the celebrities. Now that the pandemic's gone, I don't have to wear a mask, walk around freely, pose with the celebrities. Yeah, you couldn't take the mask off when you were next to them before. Other than that, it had to be on. I don't know, this whole thing is like giving me flashbacks from the pandemic. But yeah, this is kind of like the modern wax museum here. Like the old wax museums, you look behind a glass or into a tableau of things happening. And these, you just buddy up next to the celebrity and you can take your photo, take your selfie with the celebrity, and then you can post it on Facebook and tell all your friends, yeah, I ran into Angelina Jolie down at the gas station. Why does Robert Downey Jr. look so devilish? There's such a devilish grin on his face. It looks like he's keeping a very evil secret. It's Leonardo DiCaprio from The Basketball Diaries, a movie where he played basketball and did heroin. See Harrison Ford here as Indiana Jones. He's got such kind, gentle eyes here, and looks like he's about to take the Crystal Skull. So this is from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which is the only Indiana Jones movie I haven't seen. I've seen the other three, but I've not seen the Crystal Skull because a lot of people just, it seemed like people were pretty negative about it. They said it was not good, that it was a bad movie. And apparently there's another one coming out, so I don't know, maybe we'll binge some Indy and go watch the new movie. All right, one of my favorite series of movies, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and like I said, the props are back, so we can put on this this piratey hat here. Hang up my hat there. In the meantime, our matey of Vast. Let's send them to Davy Jones' locker. I do believe this Elvis is new. See him dressed up in his Jailhouse Rock outfit, getting ready to belt out a tune, possibly Jailhouse Rock. But Elvis used to be across the way here at this ice cream shop. He used to actually be sitting here serving people at the ice cream shop. It was set up like Elvis was behind the counter. I think James Dean was sitting there. I think Marilyn Monroe was in here as well. But looks like they've gotten rid of all of them and they've put Bill Murray in here, just all bundled up with his coat and scarf. There we got Mr. Charlie Chaplin here, just hanging out in the general store, and we have props. Let's dance. Yeah, I'm not sure, Mr. Hefner, how do we keep ending up in this situation? Here's the bench that Forrest Gump would wait for the bus on, and for some reason Tom Hanks is out of costume. He's not actually dressed as Forrest Gump. He's just in standard Hanks mode. All right, I guess one of us will have to dress up like Forrest Gump. There's Audrey Hepburn drinking some tea outside of Tiffany's, having a little bit of a breakfast at Tiffany's, if you will. Now this spot is interesting because I think this was originally the home of Austin Powers, given the patterns there. And then last time I came, they had Robin Williams standing here, and now we have Miss Katy Perry in a very red outfit, sitting next to Ellen DeGeneres here. Of course, she was a beloved talk show host, and then it turned out that some people believe that despite appearing to be a super nice person, that she was actually a secret jerk. And it's just a lesson out there to everyone: please don't be a secret jerk. In fact, don't be any kind of jerk. And I don't know Ellen. Maybe she's really nice. I've never met her in person. I don't want to accuse someone of being a secret jerk. Cameron Diaz over here at the prop station. We have a purse. A purse. Hey, Cameron Diaz, do you like my new purse? Well, guess what? I got this for you. This is a present. This is your purse now. This neon sign up here on the wall. I believe this is the one they used to actually have on the street in Gatlinburg for the few years that it was over there. And the show continues up these stairs. You used to be able to add a few dollars onto your ticket and the elevator would take you up to an observation deck next to the King Kong on top of the building, but it looks like they're not doing that anymore. This man here, he has a very specific set of skills. This is Jason Statham, and believe it or not, I've never seen a movie with Jason Statham in it. Of course, honestly, I haven't seen a lot of movies, so it's not that surprising. There's probably a lot of figures in here that I've never seen in an actual movie. Yeah, one thing about these wax figures, it lets you get really up close to these figures. You can see the lashes, their eyelashes, their beard hairs. Normally a celebrity would never let you get this close to their face. You walk over this walkway here, you can look down and see King Kong there. Oh, we got a whole handful of people posing with King Kong in his fist. He can fit a lot of people in that hand of his. Here is Seth Rogen in his library of many books. Famed fictional race car driver Ricky Bobby. There is John Cena, one of the few wax figures that's portrayed with his shirt completely off. Jack Black doesn't even pose with his shirt off. He's got this flesh-colored body leotard. And there we have Rocky. You see he's got like a swollen eye there, a busted lip. It's because, he spends all his time getting punched in the face. It's actually, if you watch the movies, he's a terrible boxer. And he just lets people punch him in the face repeatedly. He just, for some reason, is immune to face punches. Across the way, we have Rocky's protege. This is Michael B. Jordan, not to be confused with Michael Basketball Jordan. This one doesn't play basketball. He acts in movies, and he plays the son of Apollo Creed. We have The Rock here pumping some iron and I'm trying to like figure out what era rock this is, because he's got the shaved head, so he's past his wrestling years, but he also has that classic Brahma Bull tattoo. He hasn't got that covered up yet like he did at one point. Adam Sandler pointing at his own face and screaming. Oh, there's Robin Williams. He used to be down in the Austin Powers scene. Now he's hanging out with his good friend Will Ferrell here, dressed entirely in dollars. Oh, can't forget the prop station. Your suit looks like my hat. There's Kevin Hart there, reaching desperately for his cocktail. And here we have Lucy. I just visited her hometown of Jamestown, New York, where they erected a very, very scary statue of her. There we have Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. I'm being killed by a giant snake. Help me, Chris Pratt. Just a couple handsome dudes hanging out here. Got Django hanging out here under the balcony of the Gold Leaf Saloon. Mr. Ben Stiller there in his Night at the Museum outfit. See the T-Rex there lurking behind him. A fascinating movie because, you know, when I was a kid, I always wondered what would happen if all the stuff came to life in the museum at night. As a museum lover, the movie appealed to me in certain ways. Al Pacino looks so lonely sitting here next to an empty chair. Looks like he needs a friend. Here's our hall of rappers. We got Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and Eminem there. Eminem sporting the black hair. I always remember him as having the trademark bleach blonde hair. Snoop there is making some signs with his hands, and Tupac there. I don't know, what is he wearing? Is that like a girdle of some sort? Matthew McConaughey and Salma Hayek hanging out outside Eileen's Wine Bar. Anyway, what movie? What movie is this? Eileen's Wine Bar. Is that a movie, or is that just something they made up for a wax museum? Okay, I almost accidentally said this was the Men in Black, but no, that is John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction. But actually, he I think in Pulp Fiction he had like a mustache and hair. So I guess a clean-shaven Jules from Pulp Fiction. There's Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. And Melissa, I've seen this wax figure of Miss Melissa McCarthy before. It's one of the only wax figures where like the mouth is just wide open. Yeah, some of these scenes I look at, it says Horn, Jacobo, and Associates. I like sit here and I'm like, is that actually from a movie? Was Bradley Cooper in a movie about Horn, Jacobo, and Associates, or is this just like an imaginary movie made for the Wax Museum? Oh, this is a big change. We have the Star Trek section here. This used to have Captain Kirk and Spock here. They have been replaced. They have updated now to the Next Generation. So we have Jean-Luc Picard added in the 2020s, finally replacing his predecessors. Let's see the computer here they actually use for beaming people up or down. I guess for beaming someone up, you push these up this way. You got to beam someone down. You put them down like that. Beam me up. Okay, ready yourselves. We're heading into the horror chamber. It says, notice if you have a weak heart, bad nerves, or expect a baby, enter this horror chamber at your own risk. So you might go in here, see something horrifying, and just give birth right on the floor. Although it would be an interesting story to tell your kid. You were telling them they were born in the Chamber of Horrors in a wax museum. We have a very, very rotten Jason there. You can see how his head skin is swelling up and coming apart like a gross old pumpkin. And we do have some props here. Just have a bucket of machetes here. So, Jason, I'm sick. I'm sick of you murdering people. You have very little reason to do so. In fact, the reason that you do so is completely confusing and nonsensical. There's virtually no continuity in your movies, and it drives me crazy trying to figure out how you're even alive when you died in the first movie and your mom was trying to avenge your death. And for these sins, I will execute you with this machete. Look at that, I cut his belly open. Look at us, we got fun mummy hats. Woo, spooky. I was just looking at Hellboy here. I didn't even notice. We got, is that Billy up there from Saw? A little doll on the tricycle. Oh, we got Ghostface here from Scream. The prop station had this cool red phone. So, oh no, oh no, oh no! It's someone's on the phone, and they're said they're gonna murder me. They just called me up and told me they're gonna murder me. That's terrifying. I don't want to be murdered. Now they hung up. Oh my, this scene here seems very devilish. See the alien from Alien. Of course, they got him locked up in a jail cell, which is a good place for him. Unfortunately, they've been laying eggs here in the cell. Oh, there's even like a face hugger there scurrying up the cell. Yeah, I keep noticing things up in the rafters there. We got Chucky and Tiffany up there. It says, wanna play? There is the infamous Patrick Bateman. He adjusts his tie, getting ready to murder someone while dancing to Huey Lewis and the News. Leatherface over here in his little murder cubby. Oh, looks like someone left a brain on him. So that's one of the props there, composed with a brain. Actually, I'll just put that brain back there. You can hang on to that brain there, Leatherface. There is the Crypt Keeper. And last time I saw the Crypt Keeper, I asked him why I couldn't get any of the old episodes of Tales from the Crypt on a streaming service, and someone, I appreciate a couple people pointed out that for some reason, even though you can't stream them on any streaming service, you can watch them for free on YouTube. Michael Myers got this knife prop here. I ought to give you a good poke in the face, because man, those last two movies, they were real stinkers. Here we have our buddy Frankenstein, and I know what you're about to say. Actually, the doctor is the Carpetbagger. Blah blah. This is a new figure here, I believe. I think that Jackie Chan is new. You see him posing in his martial arts pose there. I guess you'd call this martial arts row here. You have the Charlie's Angels doing their ninja kicks, and then over here you have Mr. Bruce Lee practicing with his nunchucks. Okay, so here are the Men in Black. The Men in Black are Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, not John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. And there is Keanu the human, not Keanu the cat. Here we have Cardi B. She sang that one song, WAP, which I believe in this context stands for Wax Assembled Person. So they have these pairings of different wax figures. Sometimes I understand the pairing, sometimes I don't. I'm just gonna assume that at one point these two were in a movie together. Frank Sinatra here. Miss Marilyn Monroe. There's Leo posing on the front of the Titanic. Oh, Leo, there's an older Leo as well, so Leonardo actually appears twice in the Wax Museum. That's got to be quite an honor to appear twice in one wax museum. Let's see what props they have here. Oh, okay, we have a life preserver from the Titanic. Yeah, Leo, you really probably could have used this. Yeah, that would have helped you from freezing and drowning at the end of the movie Titanic. You probably would have been good having a life preserver because you died. Oh no, they changed this section here. This actually used to be a church where you could marry George Clooney. The props were like a bridal gown and things. You could dress up and have a wedding with George Clooney, but they have gotten rid of that. I think they moved George Clooney elsewhere, and now it's just a little section for Miley Cyrus and Ariana Grande to hang out. Just playing some tunes here with my good buddy Prince. And of course, if you're gonna have a wax museum in Pigeon Forge, you gotta have the woman herself, Miss Dolly Parton, the hometown celebrity here, hanging out with some of her country music friends, including this lady here, and also Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. Well, I think this is a new figure here. Don't remember seeing this before. We have Lil Wayne there. He's pulling his shirt open so we can see all his tattoos there. Get off of my lawn. There is Mr. John Wayne. Interesting fact, his first name was not John, it was actually Marion. Look it up, it's true. Here we have Jeff Bridges from True Grit, actually playing the character Rooster Cogburn, which originally was played by John Wayne. Okay, I thought that they already had a Jackie Chan. I knew that was a new figure, but so Jackie Chan represented twice here. See, this is a much different sculpt of Jackie Chan. Looks like he is screaming with no teeth for some reason. And the museum finishes with Michael Jackson as we exit through the gift shop and look at the backside of an Oscar. Look over at the Hollywood Mount Rushmore there. Of course, Charlie Chaplin, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, and John Wayne. Do you guys feel like this is an adequate Hollywood Mount Rushmore? Who would you guys put on the Hollywood Mount Rushmore? Leave a comment in the comment section. So thank you for joining me here today at the Hollywood Wax Museum here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I always love stopping back into the wax museums. They're always, getting new figures or changing old figures around. Sometimes, taking a figure and reclothing that figure to, like, there'll be an actor and they'll change movies with him, or him or her. They'll recostume them to change them to another character that they portray. And I definitely saw a lot of changes since the last time I've been here. Again, the last time I was here, it was the pandemic, so it was a different experience. So it's fun, sometimes that seems like it's ancient history, but it was only a couple years ago that things were very different than they are now. And I, for one, am very grateful that we are no longer having to live that way. I still feel afraid to say that it's over, because it seems like you're not supposed to say that, because that's like you don't want to poke the bear. But thank you guys so much for coming with me. If you like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun random things. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more, we get a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop. We actually have some new pins in there, the monster face Carpetbagger pins, and you can buy them individually, or you can buy them in sets of 4 with a discount. And also, still doing cameos. Having a lot of fun doing personalized messages for people, birthdays, anniversaries, some other special occasions, or just for fun. Just if you have a question you want to ask me, or want a video from me, check out that information in the description of this video. And of course, all that helps keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Till next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.